pray the devil back to hell. And that was, I mean, it just made me wonder, you know, Adichie in her TED Talk says that she kind of makes fun of the steward who said, you know, Africa and other countries, and you know, people not realizing that there are many countries, that Africa is the continent. Do you think people can read about Nigeria, watch a movie about Nigeria, and it can be a gateway to other countries in Africa that way to learn, you know, you start with one country and kind of see the connections?
I think you can start anywhere, but I think definitely starting with Nigeria, and I think that's what very important to expose our students and the community from different materials so they can be able to learn, because we are not all the same. You know, that's something that I've learned, you know, to get to know different people. Even the people from the same country, they're not the same. You know, and just like we always say that
here in the States.
Exactly. Yeah. Even for students, each student is unique. You know, that's how I usually see it, and that's something I've definitely see on the movie that it was definitely something I've learned. You know, even though I am from Africa and without the history of Nigeria, I've learned so many things of Nigeria, but I never learned about the history of, the Biafra war, and that was the history of Biafra war. I never learned that before, so that was something that when I started really listening to Chimamanda, I was like, wow, that's definitely something that really opened up my eyes.
And you said that the two young women in the movie today, that they were a little more assertive, outgoing than you might expect at such a time.
I do remember my reaction the first time when I watched that movie. I was like, they did not go to school in Africa. It's just not how you talk to your parents. Like, you don't get back like that. So that was something very interesting. But again, you know, as you can see in the movie after, I think they mentioned that, you know, they went to Yale. They went to university here in the U.S. You know, so again, I think they were born in Africa, but they grew up and they went to school, you know, in the U.S. So you can definitely see that that was different because that was not what I'm used to. That was something that it was different. It was very interesting, and I was talking to my friend about that. I said, you need to watch this movie and you can send me your feedback. And that was her. She had the same reaction that I had, saying that, yeah, that's not how you usually talk to your parents.
So that was kind of westernized response.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Just as a midpoint here, so that folks can pick up along the way, can we get the full title of the book and movie?
So the full title of the movie is The Half of a Yellow Sun.
Okay.
That's the movie, and we definitely we were watching it today from noon to 1.
Yep.
And I think maybe we're gonna try again to have one of the evenings. So we definitely gonna have it perfect. You know, we're gonna have a date.
And that's also the title of the book, right?
Yes, that's the same thing that
Got it.
It's the title of the book.
And the full name of the lady that is the writer?
Chimamanda Adichie.
Okay,
Yes.
great. And you said that she has had TED Talks?
She has had 2 TED Talks that I've seen, the Danger of the Single Story, and then one about the importance of feminism.
Yeah.
Quick question here from a media standpoint,
Yes.
and we have to keep in mind that a book is a medium of delivery. For the message that this lady's trying to get across, do you find the TED Talk, the movie, and I know you're just getting going in the book,
Yeah.
how do you feel about the effectiveness of the message in each of the media?
I think people are open to it. Definitely, because I was just reading the review, you know, for some of the article that she always, you know, I mean, in the comments people always posted. I think people are open, and they will look, especially because she wrote fiction books as well. So you can definitely see that she's bringing a different, perspective for, in her books. So I think people are open. I haven't,
Yeah.
people are open.
And when people have talked about the TED Talk, they've often talked about how they appreciate the fact that she's talking about a single story.
Yeah.
She tells her experience in coming to an American school, having her roommate say, let me listen to your tribal music, and she says, what, my Mariah Carey?
Yeah.
And Mariah Carey,
Yes.
tell my music taste. But then she is so good at turning it around on herself. yourself
Right.
and saying, I had the same single story about other people. So she does a really beautiful job of bringing us all together in this
Yeah.
problem that we face.
And one thing I was watching few days ago, I think she was talking about the danger of a single story. And specifically, she was talking about the refugees and the immigration, and how she was sharing her personal story about when she came here, and came to the U.S. She said, I didn't have to think about race in Nigeria because everybody's black. But that was something that she was sharing. She said, well, I had to think about that, being here. And that's something I had to, all the time and having a discussion, but that's, I didn't have to do that, in Nigeria. And she was talking about a refugee. I think her parents also were refugee for three years. They kind of went to a different place, but that was very interesting to see the way she's defining refugees and immigrants. Yeah.
I thought the movie did just a really powerful job in those scenes we looked at of showing the panic,
Yes.
the surprise, the panic that people went through.
Yeah, and we didn't finish the whole movie, but you can see in the beginning of the movie, the two daughters, actually one of them, you can definitely see, she had a very different mindset than her dad, because her dad, was in the government, in politics, so she was more like as a social justice advocate,
Right.
and she was really challenging her dad. Like they were having discussion at the dinner table. She was saying, Dad, I don't think that's really the way you should go. So that was something that you don't, you definitely don't see that all the time at the dinner table. It's like, like those conversations you talk among, yourselves and then try to find maybe, some common ground. But that was something very interesting to see how she was just going, back and forth with her dad about
Equals.
she was
Yeah.
not, really bowing down. She was just saying, well, I don't think that's the way you should go, Dad. So I think I really like that, perspective to
It was
see
fun
how.
to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think she was thinking about more about the people and how the government they were definitely bringing in some contractor from outside, and she was saying, well, why can we hire people, some local people? So that was very important to, I think that was a very important. The movie really captured that, but you can see her dad was just like, what did you learn in America? Like, he didn't say that, but you can see his mind. Almost like, really. It was very interesting. Yeah. I did not see that until today. This morning when I was watching, just the beginning of the movie, and I saw that, I was like, oh, that's a very interesting point.
Makes me wonder if the same thing happens to students who study abroad, who leave the U.S. to study in London or study in Prague.
Yeah.
To study in, South America.
Well,
Do
yeah.
they come back changed? Of course they do.
Of course they do. And those students who actually leave America and go and volunteer to what do you call the Doctors Out of Border, like the
Doctors Without Borders.
Yes, Doctors Without Borders.
Yeah.
How the mindset really changed after. Like you go there, you live with them now, for a couple months or a year, and your culture also changed. The way, just the way you perceive things automatically changed. Yeah. And many of the students now, they go and help out, in a non-profit, different non-profits. It just changed you, I think. Do you, in your classes, do you think that people will be open, to these kind of discussions about race or diversity? Is that something that you think?
I think people are open to them